Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is the first video of 2017, but it's a video for 2016. So as you saw by the title below, this is my best of beauty products of 2016, and I love doing this video. I love watching these videos because it's just like one big favorites video, and I love seeing what other people and seeing what I also loved for the year of 2016. I cannot believe it's already over, but I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for being with me and hanging in there with me for 2016. And I gained about almost 500 of you guys, and I am so thankful for that. And if you want to continue watching this video and see what I love for the year, not the month, the year of 2016, then please keep watching. So I'm going to kind of go in order of what I apply to my face, but I may get out of order. You never know. So I'm going to start off with primers. So I tried out some new primers this year. I was pretty much stuck on the Smashbox primers for a long time, and then I tried out some new ones and I've loved them. So the first one is the Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector, and this primer is amazing for oily skin. If you have oily skin, you need this in your life. The only thing is it will kind of roll up, so you have to kind of apply it in a certain way, and it will leave white patches if you don't hurry up and kind of like smooth it in and apply your foundation on top of it. So you can't really mess around with this, but this is the business. It keeps you matte all day long, and it's great at filling in your pores as well. So I really love this primer, and if you want to splurge on it and get it, I recommend getting this one. The next primer that I have is an inexpensive primer, and this is the Milani Prime Shield Face Primer, and this is the mattifying and pore minimizing. This primer reminds me of a drugstore dupe of the Smashbox Clear Photo Finish Primer. This is pretty much the exact same, and I've said that in a favorites video before because it really is the exact same. You just get, I mean, it may be the same size as well. You get 0.68. That one may be one full fluid ounce. I'm not exactly sure, but it's clear. It feels the exact same way. It pretty much does the exact same thing, except this is amazing and it's half the price. So I definitely recommend picking up the Milani Prime Shield if you have not tried it out, because it's a really good primer for the price. So moving on to foundations now, and I love buying new foundations. This year was pretty much the first year where I just splurged on all types of foundations, low end, high end, and I just rebought some foundations that I really loved. And the first one that I want to mention is hands down my favorite foundation of the year. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Waterproof Long Wear Liquid Foundation, and it is a full coverage foundation. This foundation is everything. It's really thick. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo foundation, but at the same time it's not as thick as that foundation. This foundation is amazing for, like I said, all night, or if you just want to wear it in the daytime and you have oily skin like me, this foundation will be your best friend, because I was wearing this to work, full coverage, beat face to work, because I was like, this foundation is the only foundation right now that is amazing in the summertime, and I couldn't just stop using it. So it comes in about 12 shades. This is shade number 12, and I've recommended it to some of my coworkers, and it's just an amazing foundation. And this was one that I could not put down for a long time, especially during the hot months, because when I was oily, this saved my life. So I definitely recommend you guys go out and try this foundation if you can find your shade. Like I said, it has 12 shades, so it's probably a little bit more spread out. I'm not exactly sure, but this foundation is amazing. I recommend you go get it. The next foundation that I wanted to mention, which is a great year-round foundation, this is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. This was just a really good staple for me. It's something that I can just grab when I know I just want something that's going to be full coverage, it's going to last a long time, and going to give me like a nice smooth palette to my skin. This is just amazing foundation as well. They don't have as many shades as the Urban Decay foundation, but I believe it's a little bit cheaper than the Urban Decay foundation. And I love the concealer that goes along with this. It just makes for a great collection. So I definitely recommend this foundation by Smashbox. I wanted to mention one stick foundation because I have not tried out a lot of the higher end stick foundations and I want to try some more out in 2017. But this one is actually a really inexpensive one and I thought it was decent and it can work as a concealer or as a foundation. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Shine Free and Balanced Foundation, and I recently picked this up towards the latter part of the year, but it ended up being a really good product just to have in my collection. And like I said, it has a lighter coverage concealer here in the center of the tip, so if you were applying this underneath your eyes, it would apply pretty much the lighter color with the outer color kind of on the edges. So I thought that that was a pretty unique thing to have the concealer and foundation in one. And this is in the shade 355 Coconut. I do believe that this is the darkest shade that they have, so it's pretty much the same as their liquid foundations, the Fit Me foundations. It pretty much has the same colors for the stick foundation as well. But this was just something I thought that was easy to pick up and it's really inexpensive, and you can just have it in your collection if you want to do like a lighter coverage day or you want to have a kind of stick concealer underneath your eyes. So the last foundation that I wanted to mention, and I love the Pro Matte version of this as well, but this year I've been sticking with this one, and this is the Infallible Pro Glow Foundation by L'Oreal, and this is in the shade 212 Cocoa. So I have been using this for the past probably 3 months, maybe, definitely the majority of the latter part of the year since it's been cooling down outside. I've actually just been wanting a glow on my face. I reach for this every day. It settles into my skin really nicely. It actually gives me a really nice full coverage effect. So it's not, it says that it's like medium coverage, but you can definitely kind of build it up a little bit to full coverage, and once you add powder and everything, it will be completely full coverage. So love this foundation, and I love the Pro Matte version of this as well, and I want to try out the Total Cover formula as well. So for concealers in 2016, I started venturing out in my concealers because I noticed that the drugstore just wasn't doing it as much anymore. I was very loyal to my Maybelline Fit Me for a long time, but I wanted to try out some other concealers, and I had to kind of venture into the higher end spectrum because there was not a lot of great drugstore concealers for my skin tone out there. So the first one that I want to mention, you probably already know which one it is. This was Holy Grail for the year of 2016. Once I picked it up, this is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Concealer, and I watched so many fairer skin tone women on YouTube talk about this concealer for the longest at the beginning of the year, and I was like, man, I really want to try out this concealer, but Urban Decay had not released any darker shades. So I finally got my hands on it probably mid-year, and it was amazing. Ever since I got my hands on it, I have been using it like crazy, and this is still just my first tube, and a little bit goes a long way. I am in love with the applicator. I wish all concealers had this applicator. It's like a really thick applicator, doe foot, and you can just really get enough on underneath your eyes. You don't have to just keep packing it on because it's just putting out a little dot here or there. This is amazing. They released the darker shades, and it was the best concealer of 2016 in my opinion for my skin tone, and this is in the shade Dark Warm. So if you have not tried out this concealer, I believe it is about $28. Try it out because you will not regret it. So I did want to mention one drugstore concealer because I started using this probably at the latter part of 2015, and then I just fell in love with it, and it was in my collection for the longest and I just never really tried it out. But this is the NYX HD Photo Concealer, and it has like a price tag on it because I get mine from the beauty supply store. But this concealer is amazing. I actually, like I said, was late to the bandwagon trying this concealer, but when I did try it, I was like, okay, this is a little bit better than my Maybelline Fit Me because it's a little bit thicker and it gives you a little bit more coverage. So my shade is CW08, and I will continue using this in 2017 because again, it's a very inexpensive concealer and I can just pick it up when I don't want to use some of my higher end concealers. So for setting powder, I pretty much only have one setting powder that I want to mention by itself. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Smooth Operator setting powder, and I love, love, love this setting powder. This was something that I have been hearing a little bit about, but not too much, and I just randomly bought it and I am in love with it. It does not give flashback if you blend it out really well, and I have not tried out some of the other ones like the Cover FX or the Laura Mercier. I've just been sticking with this one, and to me it's a hidden gem because I really like it. I hope they don't discontinue it. And I think that it's amazing for setting underneath the eyes. It is a completely white powder, but like I said, it does not give flashback. So I'm in love with this powder for setting my concealer. I have one powder that I wanted to mention that I pretty much use consistently throughout the year, and this is the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in Deep Dark, or Dark Deep, that is. And it looks pretty light here on camera, but it's a really nice thin consistency powder. So once you apply it to your face, it just really sets in everything. And I fell in love with these MAC powders. For 2016, I was pretty new to MAC. I haven't really tried it out before then, and I actually pretty much fell in love with this powder, and I've had it now for quite some time, and I haven't hit pan yet, and I use it every day. So I'm in love with this powder. It's an amazing powder for darker skin tone. So for bronzer, you guys probably already know the one consistent bronzer that I use, and this bronzer is amazing for deeper skin tones. This is the Covergirl Queen Collection Ebony Bronzer, and if you are still suffering from trying to bronze your skin with something that's too light or too ashy or too just not your undertones, it doesn't go well, definitely try this out. It does look a little bit red on camera, but once it settles into the skin, it will work really nicely and just look really good. And I love using this when I have like maybe a too light foundation a little bit, because sometimes around the perimeter you can kind of tell that the foundation is a little bit too light. So this just helps kind of conceal that, and I love using this. And I don't really contour a whole lot here on my channel, so I like using this just in the hollows of my cheeks as well, just to bring back a little bit of color and warmth to my skin. So love, love, love this. And if you are a deeper skin tone or chocolate girl like myself, then I definitely recommend you try this out. So highlighters, you should already know there's only one palette that I want to mention for highlighting, and that's the Anastasia Glow Kit. This palette is amazing, and this is in That Glow. I know they have other colors that may be better for my skin tone, but this is the one that I bought, and I'm in love with this one. Obviously, it comes with 4 big pan shades, and my favorite 2 are the Golden Bronze and the Dripping in Gold. These 2 are amazing. I love, love, love this palette. I definitely think it was worth the money, and I love Anastasia's formula. You can definitely use these as eyeshadows as well, and so that works great both ways. That this one can possibly work as an eyeshadow for me since it's a little bit too yellowy for my skin tone, but this is in the shade That Glow, and I am in love with this palette. I definitely recommend you go out and get a palette that suits your skin tone, whether it's this one or one of the other ones that she has, but at least try one of them, because you probably won't have to reach for any other highlighter in your collection, or you can just always throw this in your travel bag. It's amazing. So definitely recommend this glow kit. So I'm going to go to eyes, then I'm going to come back and talk about lips to finish it off. So first off, I'm going to start off with eyebrows, and pretty much I only use 2 eyebrow products this year, and one of them I don't have with me, but is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. That brow product, hands down my favorite brow product, versus high end versus low end. Everything, it is amazing, and I don't know, it's just an amazing product. It comes with a really decent spoolie, and it lasts quite some time if you're very careful with your pressure and how you're applying it. So if you don't break it, then it's going to last quite some time. So I'm in love with that product, and I will definitely continue purchasing that. I'm probably going to go out and purchase one tomorrow because I don't have one, and yeah, definitely try that out. But the next brow product that I want to mention is pretty much a staple in my collection. I will continue to repurchase this probably for quite some time. This is the Anastasia Brow Definer, and this is in the shade Dark Brown. So it has a really nice thick spoolie on one end, and then you get the triangular shaped brow product on the other. So I have one brow gel that I want to mention, and you probably already know which one it is. This is the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. This brow gel is amazing. I don't know what I was doing before, but I have not tried like any of the higher end, because this, I'm just completely satisfied with this. I don't know if what the higher end ones do, but this makes my brows stay straight up pretty much all day. So I love this product, and I definitely recommend you guys try out this. Even if you've tried out some of the higher end ones, compare this to that and see how it works, and maybe you'll just want to purchase this from now on and not spend $20 on a brow gel. So love this product and definitely recommend it. So moving on to primers, eyeshadow primers that is. This is the MAC Painterly Pro Longwear Paint Pot. And I recently started using this, but I could not put it down. This is amazing for probably more glittery looks, more dramatic makeup looks. I think this is amazing. It's going to make your eyeshadow last all day. And even if you just want to apply one shadow on your lid, you can put this on, and pretty much ensures that your lids won't get oily, because that's what I suffer from. And I love putting this on through the work week just to make sure my eyelids don't get oily throughout the day. So love this Paint Pot by MAC. And the other eyeshadow primer that I pretty much use all year long, and this is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. So I'm pretty late to using this as well, but once I started using it, I fell in love with this primer. It's just an amazing primer. You just squeeze it out of a tube and put it on your fingers, and it works. It is a little bit more thicker in consistency than some of the other eyeshadow primers that I've used in the past, but I'm pretty fine with that. I love it. It makes my eyeshadows last a very long time. And if you're looking for these, I definitely recommend you go try Nordstrom Rack, because they will have these for half the price than they are at like Ulta or Sephora. So try out Nordstrom Rack and some of those kind of TJ Maxx, Marshalls type stores before you try out Ulta and Sephora, because you probably could find this for a very inexpensive price. So I have two palettes that I want to mention for eyeshadows. I pretty much use single shadows, and those shadows are by MAC and Anastasia. I love MAC shadows and I love Anastasia shadows. So those are pretty much the ones that I used all year round. But if I wasn't using single shadows, these are the hands down best palettes that I used of 2016. This is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. Everybody and their mama was talking about this palette when it first came out, because it is amazing. It reminds me a lot of the Lorac Pro palette that I have, but this has a little bit better formula in that it does not have as much fallout as the Lorac shadows do. So I love my Lorac shadows, but these have a lot less fallout. So if you're not familiar with the Modern Renaissance palette, this is what it looks like. You get a nice array of shimmer shades. I believe you get about 4 shimmer shades, and then the rest are matte. So if you love matte warm shades, then this will be the palette for you. I believe they still have this palette in stock. I do not think it was limited edition, but Anastasia just did an amazing job for 2016, and I fell in love with their brand. So this palette is amazing. I used it on my lids today. Love the pigments and the color payoff, everything. Love how creamy the shadows are. Definitely recommend this palette and her other eyeshadows as well if you're looking for a brand to get some eyeshadows from. So 2016, I didn't use a lot of eyeliner. I pretty much kind of fell off of it. I felt like once you apply lashes or once you apply mascara, you didn't really need liquid liner. But I do want to mention the two that I love the most, and you probably already know, but this is the Wet n Wild Mega Liner. Love this for creating a nice thin sharp wing, and it will be completely matte. So in love with the Wet n Wild Mega Liner. And then if I wasn't using my Wet n Wild Mega Liner, I was using my NYC liner for the majority of the year. This is really good if you want to do a nice dramatic liner. So you probably have a harder time trying to control this to do like a thin wing, but it's really nice to do like a nice thick dramatic wing with this liner, and it's $1, so you really cannot beat the NYC Liquid Liner. So in love with this as well. So I have two mascaras that I want to mention that I was in love with for 2016. One that I kind of discovered in about middle of the year, but y'all, when I tell you this mascara is everything, hands down my favorite mascara of all time, like right now so far of all time, this is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. It slays top and bottom lashes. I don't need a separate mascara anymore to do my bottom lashes, because I used to use 2 different mascaras, but this slays both. One coat will probably give you like a lighter coverage, maybe a little bit of lengthening and separation. 2 coats will give you thickness and volume and just dark lashes. Love, love, love this mascara. It's not anything special. The wand is just really simple. You would think that, you know, it's a funky looking wand. Nope, very simple wand. The product, the formula is just really good. So I don't know what I was doing. I was sleeping on this, and I am definitely going to be probably just going and getting 3-4 more just to have in my collection because it is just that great. The other mascara that I wanted to mention that is also really good for thickness and volume if you want that in your lashes, this is the L'Oreal Miss Manga mascara, and this is probably one of the mascaras that I use for the beginning of the year because it was amazing and I repurchased it because it was so amazing, and I think I still will, but it is pretty much specifically for creating thicker lashes and making you look like you have on falsies but you really don't. It's not really good at separation because it's going to give you like a more clumpy lash, but if you love that look, which I do, then you won't mind it. So really love this L'Oreal Miss Manga mascara, and I definitely will be repurchasing. So moving back to lips now to finish it off, I'm going to start off with lip liners, and I pretty much only use one brand of lip liners, and that's the NYX Lip Liners. I have so many different shades, probably a lot of the same shades. I just usually, every time I go in Ulta, I always pick up a couple more of the dark brown shades that I see because I really do love them. These 3 shades here that I have are 803 Burgundy, and I have a suede lip liner. It's a suede matte lip liner. I think it was one of their new formulas that they came out with, and this is in raisin, and then I have a mahogany. So I really do love these lip liners by NYX. They are pretty creamy. They're not as creamy as the MAC ones. I do really love MAC Chestnut. I don't have it. I cannot remember where I put it. I'm kind of freaking out about that because that is my favorite lip liner of all time at the moment right now. MAC Chestnut, you know, it's really good for deeper skin tones, and it creates like a nice brown outline with any lip color that you apply. It goes really well. So definitely recommend you guys try out these lip liners. The NYX's lip liners are very inexpensive, and they're pretty much at mainly most drugstore locations, so love these. Lip products for me, NYX is just the lip go-to for me because it's inexpensive. Like I said, they have a wide range and I love them for lip products. So I love the NYX Butter Glosses. I have 3 right here. These are pretty much the 3 that I love using. I have Angel Food Cake, Ginger Snap, and Praline. Pretty much keep Ginger Snap and Praline in my purse at all times because I just love them for just hydrating the lips and wearing them as staples throughout the week. So love these NYX Butter Glosses. They're very inexpensive and they have a really good formula to them. So for drugstore liquid lips, again, NYX definitely did it for me. These are the NYX Lip Lingeries, and these were really good. They have a really nice formula. I am wearing the one Teddy today because that was like my favorite one for a good portion of the year, and it has a really nice slip to it. So I love these. They have a really good array of nudes, so if you're lighter than I am, you'll be able to find a nude, and then if you're my skin tone or darker, you'll be able to find a nude as well. So I love pairing these with the NYX lip liner, and they just work phenomenally. So the last products that I want to talk about are by Anastasia, and I fell in love with these because I have been seeing them a lot on YouTube and I wanted to try them out. So this is the Anastasia Sepia, and this is the lip gloss and the liquid lip. So Sepia liquid lip is just amazing for darker skin tones. You pair it with MAC Chestnut lip liner and it looks amazing, and then the lip gloss is amazing as well. I love the pigmentation and the formula. It's a lot thicker than the NYX Butter Glosses, obviously, but it will last a long time and give you a lot of pigmentation. So love, love, love this lip gloss, and I love the liquid lip as well by Anastasia and Sepia, and pairing them together is like amazing as well. It creates a nice perfect nude for deeper skin tones. Okay guys, so that finally brings this Best of Beauty 2016 video to a close. I know it was a long one. Please give me a thumbs up if you stuck around to the very end of this video. Also, please subscribe to my channel because I would love to have you on as a new subscriber in 2017, and I would love to have you a part of the journey as I continue to grow on this platform for 2017. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and again, thank you guys so much for an awesome 2016. To all my new subscribers and subscribers that's been with me from the beginning, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.